Now, in my opinion, getting older is a blessing, but only if you do it right. Now, some guys, they let age slow them down, but the sharp ones, they keep leveling up. That's because with age comes wisdom, but only if you're willing to hear some brutal truths. That's why in today's video, I'm going to break down 10 brutal truths all of us older men need to hear. No sugarcoating, no fluff, just some real talk to help you stay sharp, confident, and keep winning at life. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style O.G. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. If any or all those topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Alton Jermaine, salute. Now, first up on the list of 10 brutal truths every older guy needs to hear, this one is one of the realest ones on the list. You're going to have to face the fact the world doesn't owe you anything. Now, here's the problem. A lot of older guys think that the world should just hand them a reward just because they show up. But let me be the first one to tell you, you're not 6 years old, you're not playing t-ball, you're not going to get a participation trophy. We all need to face the facts that nobody cares about your past struggles, missed opportunities, or what you feel like you deserve. A lot of us sit around complaining, hoping for a handout. But the successful man, he takes control, he adapts, and he makes things happen. Here's the thing, success, respect, and opportunities, these are things you earn, not something somebody's just gonna give you. And the second you accept this brutal truth, you'll start winning. So stay focused, stay disciplined, stay hungry, and keep leveling up. Because the winners, they go get it. They don't wait for anything. Now, next up on the list is something I've noticed more and more as I've gotten older. Time moves faster than you think. When you're in your 20s, you think you have all the time in the world. But as you get older, the next thing you notice, decades have gone by. The ones who get left behind in life, they waste time on distractions, procrastination, and just let life pass them by. But the successful, they set goals, move with urgency, and take action. The sad truth is, as we get older, we can't rewind the clock, but we can make every moment count. And here's one of the key things I want you to take from this point. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is right now. So stay sharp, stay intentional, and keep growing because time waits for no man, and neither should you. Now, next up is a brutal truth we need to hear as we get older that a lot of us, we kind of let this one slip, and we wind up learning the hard way, myself included. You have to realize your health is your responsibility. When we're younger, we can get away with bad eating habits, not working out, poor quality sleep, because the consequences don't show up right away. But as we get older, boy, do they show up. A lot of us as we get older ignore warning signs, make excuses, and just let ourselves go. But the wise ones, they take charge of their health, working out, eating right, and prioritizing recovery. Nobody's coming to save you, especially when it comes to your own health. So stay sharp, stay focused, stay disciplined, and stay active. Take care of your body now. Your older and older self will thank you. Unfortunately, a lot of us will regret it if we don't later. You have to keep in mind, health is one of your most valuable assets. Protect it as such. Now, a harsh truth we're all gonna have to face as we get older is one of the first signs of aging will be on your face. That's why it's very important to have a skincare routine. And why I'm super excited that today's video sponsor is T.H. Hanley. T.H. Hanley's skincare systems are designed around your daily routine, which makes them very easy to incorporate into your life. Simple and uncomplicated, they only take a few minutes in the morning and a few more minutes before you go to bed. So it doesn't interfere with your daily flow. I'm here to tell you, when you have improved skincare and your face is looking young, healthy, and fresh, your confidence goes through the roof. Another great thing about T.H. Hanley, they have performance-driven formulas designed around different men's needs. For us OGs, I recommend the Level 3 system. In every box you get a wash, a daily moisturizer for the AM, and a PM moisturizer. Twice a week to exfoliate your skin and get rid of dead skin cells that appear on the top layer of facial scrub. And 2 extra steps for the OGs, a skin tightening serum and an eye cream. And to make it even easier to incorporate into your daily life, each box comes with this little cheat sheet, which tells you when to use each product, how much of it to use, and in what order. I've personally been using T.H. Hanley for the last 6 years, and I couldn't be happier with my results. But don't take my word for it. Take the word of millions of men who use T.H. Hanley, and there are over 16,000 5-star reviews. And right now, T.H. Hanley has an amazing offer. When you hit that link in the description, you'll get 40% off your first box and a free gift valued at over $20. I personally recommend the manicure set, a premium nail kit that's valued at 24 bucks. So click that link in the description if you want to get started with a life-changing skincare routine today. Get started with T.J. Hanley. Now, next up on the list is a brutal truth that's near and dear to my heart, with this being a Style O.G channel and all. One of the things you have to take into account, dressing well as an older guy isn't an option. It's a necessity. You see, when we're younger, we can get away with chasing trends, sloppy fits, and just throwing anything on. But as you get older, not so much. You see, dressing well is often what separates the men from the boys. As we get older, we have to realize the first thing people judge about you is how you present yourself. And what do they see first? Your personal style. Those that get left behind think style doesn't matter, and they wonder why they get overlooked and command less respect. Mature man realizes that dressing well isn't about vanity. It's about confidence, discipline, and self-respect. Well-dressed man, he moves different, commands attention, and makes an impression without saying a word. Now, next up, in my opinion, without a doubt, is one of the most important brutal truths on today's video. Weak men avoid accountability, strong men own it. In fact, I believe this is what separates weak men from strong men. You see, the less successful, they blame others, make excuses, and run away from consequences. But the successful man, he steps up, takes ownership, and handles business. Now, don't get me wrong, whether you're a weak or strong man, life will give you obstacles and challenges. That's a given. But the real man, he has no time to avoid accountability. He learns from his mistakes. He adapts, finds solutions, and makes things happen. He has no time for a pity party. And here's one of the things I want you to realize. Responsibility, it isn't a burden. It gives you the opportunity to take control. You want more respect and more success? Own your actions, own your choices, and own your future. When you stay accountable, you stay in control. Now, next up is a brutal truth that keeps a lot of men from realizing their full potential. I need you to understand, comfort zone is the enemy of your growth. To get better, evolve, and see personal growth, you have to allow yourself to be uncomfortable. The less successful, they get complacent. They take no risk, avoid challenges, and wonder why nothing changes. But the successful, they embrace discomfort, push past limits, and evolve. You see, growth comes from struggle, whether we're talking about the gym, your career, or any aspect of your life, and especially in your mindset. When you get too comfortable, you stay in place. It's like running on a treadmill. But the man who embraces discomfort, he gets sharper, stronger, and better, day by day. What you need to do, stop playing it safe. The more comfortable you become, the more you get left behind. Next up, we have a harsh truth that's extremely vital to hear. You can't fix the past, but you're in control of your future. Here's the problem with a lot of unsuccessful guys. They get stuck in the past, dwell on their mistakes, and let their past define them. But the evolved man, he learns, he adapts, and he moves forward with purpose. Because here's the thing, I get it. We've all been through a lot. When life's handed you a bad hand or someone done you wrong, that wasn't your fault. But how you respond to it, that's your responsibility. We've all had failures, missed opportunities, things that just didn't go right. But the difference between a successful man and less successful man, he learns from these mistakes. He sees how he can grow, and he doesn't waste time having a pity party about the past. What matters the most? Not what happened to you 10 years ago. It matters what you're gonna do today and in the near future. Now, next up is something I think a lot of guys start to notice the older they get. But just in case, I want you to hear it from me. Confidence comes from action, not talk. When we're talking about separating the real from the fake, this is one of those things. A lot of times, and I get it when we're younger, we might fake it till we make it. We have false bravado. We're not really that sure on our feet. And here's the problem with this. We waste time running our mouths, making big claims that aren't true, and we're not being authentic. But the older guy, as he matures, he lets his actions speak for themselves. He doesn't feel the need to brag about his accomplishments. He realizes that people will recognize his accomplishments, his success, and the things he's done well without him having to say a word. It'll happen organically. No need to run your mouth. And that leads to true confidence because he knows he can back it up. You don't get confidence just by talking. You get it by putting in the work, taking risks, and getting better. And yes, as young men and as older men, we're preached to that one of the best characteristics you can develop is confidence. But I need you to hear the brutal truth. Confidence earned by action, not words. Now, next up, we have one that I believe is often overlooked, but is very important. I want you to realize your energy is your most valuable currency. People don't realize how big of an asset their energy is. You see, the less successful, those who get left behind, they waste time on distractions, toxic people, and things that really don't matter. But the accomplished, they protect their energy. They don't invest their time or resources in things that don't bring value to their lives. They invest their time, which is an extremely crucial asset, very wisely. Your time is very important, but without the right energy, you won't be able to use it effectively. If you're constantly drained, stressed, or distracted, you won't reach your full potential, and that's a shame. So just like any other currency, save your energy, invest it well. Don't give it out foolishly. You want to make sure you're moving with purpose, making power plans, and continuing to grow. Now, next up is a brutal truth I want you to hear that will help you take into account everything else we've talked about today. You need to understand, especially the older we get, you only get one shot at this. You see, the less successful among us, they waste time, put things off, and act like they've got forever. But the more successful man, he moves with purpose, takes risks, and makes sure every moment counts. Because it does, especially as we get older. Life isn't a practice run. This is it. There's no do-overs, no rewinds, just the choices that you're making today that will affect your future, both near term and long term. You can either sit back and let time slip away, or you can step up, take charge, and move with purpose for the rest of your life. And that helps you live life on your own terms. So stay focused, stay intentional, and keep moving. You're not getting any of the time you waste back. Keep in mind, you only get one shot at this thing we call life. Okay, so there you have it. My list of 10 brutal truths I believe every older guy needs to hear. Now do me a favor, let me know in the comment section any harsh realities you believe must be shared with the OGs. And if you enjoyed this video and found it informative, I highly recommend you check out a recent video I did about 11 easy ways to look more masculine. You can check it out right here.